Testing. Testing. Audio. Testing. Audio. Alright. It's kind of low. Testing. Audio. Audio test. Seems to be a little better. Still kind of quiet. Try to bump this. Alright, 5% drop weight. I might reset. All right, everybody, we're about to go in, so it's gonna be another second here. And for everybody who's listening, tonight's video was pretty interesting, so we'll be dropping seats. Let's see. I'm gonna try to turn on the TikTok for Chula Vista. Oh, it's on. Okay. Yep. All right. One more minute here, and we'll head on in. We'll see if they updated their procedures to gain compliance. It's always fun. Excuse me. Think we should make it to another meeting tonight. The only that the city of Chula Vista wants to hold, Human Relations Commission, and so I think I'll do, but I'm pretty sure that's the one we're going to. So after this 1 o'clock, Chula Vista City Hall, whereas we are up at the Metropolitan Operation Complex 2, that was Avenue Street, and we're having a meeting for JP, an open public Brown Act meeting. And for the last 2 meetings that I've came, they've been in violation of signatures to enter an open public meeting. So this is a follow-up. They're still in violation. So we will see how today goes. Let's go in here. I'm doing good, and yourself? I hope today.
It is. Every day is a good day.
Yeah. Are we still requiring sign?
Actually, we could go in because, the situation we had before.
So it's still not fixed?
Everybody's signing in, but.
So it's still not fixed? That's what he's saying?
I don't represent any.
Just to let you know, lawyer, I will be serving you guys paperwork. And you will be in violation again today. And you guys don't even cancel the meeting. You guys continue with business even though you're in violation.
Correct, you don't need to sign it.
Yeah, but if you want to sign it, it's fine.
Yeah, he's saying you don't.
Oh, he's saying you, okay. It sounded like he was saying the opposite, so I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
Yeah, but I'm saying the volunteer signing in by himself.
Volunteer, that's correct. At the bottom of the sheet, it should also say it's voluntary. If it doesn't say that, that's a violation too.
I don't know, but she wanted,
But if you're here to tell people that it's not required for the meeting, I appreciate that.
she wanted to sign in.
No, whatever. If they want to, that's on to them. Yeah.
Fine.
Looks like we're good now. Thank you. The paperwork's still wrong, but they're not requiring sign-in anymore. Go figure, huh? The change one can make. All right. So if you notice on their request to speak, there's no position. And so per the interpretation of your staff will be supporting or not supporting. And that's what we'll be talking about today. I'm just going to make one request today. Excuse me, boss. Do you have a pen?
Just my own pen.
I'll give you. I promise. I won't even leave.
Okay.
And thank you.
I mean, listen, you know how I got it? I got a call from the mayor right after I got elected.
Thank you very much.
She's begging me. She was,
Yes. That's it for me today. I'm a little worn out from, I got Human Relations Commission tonight, and so I'm trying to keep up with all this paperwork, and today will be easy day for me here. All right, I think we're good, so we're gonna switch audio.
thank you. So I owe you some. No.
I haven't seen it.
But all it does, I'm going to be announcing the development. I'm sorry. Well, if Anthony met your mayor, I would have apologized twice. I'm all for it, but let's get out. Okay. I remember I'm your co-commissioner. Tell me stuff. I know. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hey, buddy, how you been? Good. I think so.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes. 60.
Hopefully it works. Please try it out. I'm trying to make it. Awesome. That's next week, too. No, this one, yeah. I tested it best I could with my own JDATA Same thing. Your copy. It's Exhibit A on a CD. It's like legally, that's the official version. And want me to email it to you, copy of that. And that was changing the copies that I had to print. You know how hard it is to track down all the lines? Then I can.
In fact, we had normally we have lunch right now. Our meeting's up.
We're going to call this meeting to order, and please do the roll call. The record will reflect. Would you stand and join us in the pledge? Mr. Hayes?
Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. Of the United States of America and to
One speaker switch to public comment. Do we have any?
Testing. Metro Wastewater JPA Metro Commission. Appreciate you guys for all being procedurally correct. This is to call all the time when the meeting starts. So the past month, and you guys, one of them. And I've noticed a lot of requirement to sign in for the public to attend this meeting, which is unfortunately, last night the Sweet Water Authority, after public comments, and so the issue with that is the information that could be provided during these presentations could be just remind you in general, because this is not you who's necessarily doing that, but my experience. And when before we hear staff's presentations about things, it's very discriminatory to the public. Great job, except for that issue that was the buildings issue. So I just want to thank you guys for working with the public and recognize that. I'd also like to note it's hard for me to know a 3-minute timer if there's no way for me to know the timer. So, you know, I'm here to make it as easy as possible for the public to come in and engage. But someone Jose's pretty used to me. He hears me all the time. So if you can't see, I mean, appreciate that. I'm sure the rest of the public will too. So
we're working on a few maybe in the house, so we can do
And just to let you know, real quick, San Diego Community Power had a meeting in this location, and they were able to use cameras no problem. So I encourage you guys, let's get the public involved.
San Diego and
So it's just
working good. Moving on to I'm going to make a few comments, and then we're going to step out front and make the presentation.
Delayed over 2 hours last night. It was going to cancel.
I didn't prepare. I think a lot of you kind of know that, and I didn't want to be. I think you all know me. I'm not that formal on things, but I want to share just a little bit of my personal care. The first time I saw Karen was, gosh, it was like late 90s. The first time I saw her, I was pretty impressed. And of course, then I joined the JPA and did the executive director position. She transitioned to a dedicated executive is a challenge. And with everything I had else I had as chair, it was nice. Anything you want with her? And the first one to make her win, cry it wins the prize. And I'm just Leanne, you want to tell them what
After the meeting and figure out how we get you supplies. Oh, I can buy 2 more tickets here. You're on.
Unbeknownst to me, I first meant to join the audience of the Sweetwater Authority meetings a while back. I think she was supporting the city of National City then, as they work with water, and that is the first time I saw Karen. 3. I met a lot of folks that I have. I think, excuse me, Councilwoman Jamat, long time. And I just want to say that year it's been really good to collaborate with Karen, to value our organization, and also need to add and basically run a very professional space. Organizations that make up this JPA. Karen, I'm not saying of being our consultant for finance purposes, and I look forward to continuing to work with Ames today and recognizing that we'll have an updated vote on a matter that certainly has been part in your work over a period of time. I think we even have a slideshow as you post it or a so, the team, the other consultants that you've engaged and committed to this work is important.
Wait. Sorry about that. Sorry. I've only been here a couple of years. My prior life, all the cities in this county on something or other, and worked with all the city managers that I ever worked with in my 40-year career. And what I ask Karen is, there's so many people in the world that think, oh, government, they're all just crooks and they're all just trying to climb the ladder. Karen is the exact opposite. She is the living, breathing, integrity, and actually caring about doing the public's good. And this is a difference in the world, and I thank you for that, and I will not forget you. And that is, if I still have my legal license, I'd offer to do this for you, but you need a name change. Your spelling of both of your names is pretty bizarre.
Well, I've come across a really good man. You read my mind, and I guess you know all of us so well that you put together all the pieces, and they're pretty much exactly what we're looking for. So I want to cue all of our jobs so much easier. So again, thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you, Chair. I've only been on this board but my experiences, their sentiments. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, "Yeah, she's like the Encyclopedia Britannica. She knows everything about everything." And I just want to thank you from my position as mayor of Imperial Beach that you helped us immensely with the SARA process. You know, it is a very complicated and complex set of guidelines and rules, and so we appreciate the time you spent with our city and our city manager and our were very clear to us, and again, I think you did a wonderful job bringing Sarah home. I guess we're going to vote on that today. So,
for your guidance, your wisdom, your patience in explaining or answering the questions that I have had then and now still. When I have the answers, we'll both find answers. I think your drive to make sure that your is well informed. Thank you so much, Ms. Karen. also thank you for, for,
She's a wonderful lady.
say, oh, I asked, where's Sarah? Who's Sarah?
I are the longest.
Yeah, I was gonna start off with that. Yes. From 1998. So I used to sit in the Pottery Dam chair of this body, and back on, and I'm trying to think, when we finally got caught up with the audits, you know, with the longest time, just talking about audits from many years prior, so there was a lot of catching up. Karen, am I correct in saying that had to do over the back?
We got caught up and now we're going to get caught up again.
Right. So yeah, so you know, you think about it, you know, the crux of this organization is really, you know, are we being charged properly? Is the way that the city operates the system and so you know, your and your knowledge here to that end. Unceremoniously removed by our board for political. No. We understand the complexity, you know, because I was doing what you were doing, Jerry. I was down in the weeds, you know. But yeah, so Karen, I'm glad that you're going to continue, you know, in your capacity, in the finance capacity. And I'm just thinking now that we got Sarah done, I'm thinking, what? So you've done, you did, I'll agree, you came in at the right time.
Well, yeah, I think I could say I probably alternate for just a short time, but thank you. In my short time, but just as Padre Dam as a whole, you know, you have a very difficult position. Right? There's a lot of interest, but you definitely represent us all well. You listen to us. You're able to walk that line and see the bigger picture pointed out to and get us all on the same page. Very difficult job to do. You do it well, and excited to continue working with you as on the financial
Online, isn't it?
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Andrew, actually, I think you're the newest.
Well, I guess so, but yeah, that's here. Yeah, so I'm so sorry that Supervisor Anderson couldn't be here today. He's locked in Board of work. I know he's enjoyed working with you. Say that we have a 5-member Board of Supervisors proclamation coming your way, so I'm going to work to you, and you'll be getting your day throughout San Diego County. So congratulations.
Oh, wow.
So we'll be here Tuesday. It's on its way. So on behalf of the county, thank you for all you've done for our constituents.
You're welcome.
You can name this the way it is. I think actually sort of what exemplifies organization and its goals. And I'm not the youngest, I'm not the oldest here, you know, but when I came on a couple of years ago, I really like drinking from a fire hose. I really helped manage that. And I felt that was for, you know, here and on. It's really great to see you in all these different roles. Glad you're going to keep on keeping on finance, because we definitely need the help there. So thanks a lot again for your work.
Anybody from staff want to say anything? Looks like everybody, so we'll just, let's go with Blake.
I've been Metro Tech chair and co-chair for the past 3 years, and working with you, Karen. Right? It's been one of the more difficult times to be tech chair. You know, Sarah has been a challenge, but you have been able to pull all the strings together.
Karen and I work very diligently behind the scenes. Okay, you already heard that. But the important is after this meeting we have.
I just want to say thank you. I wrote a bunch of snappy stuff in your card, but it's been such a pleasure. You've done so much for this organization. I think, I don't know, probably has me, but I feel like you and I talk more than anyone. You're not off the clock, and you are always, yeah. When I think about, you know, the changes that were made under your leadership, the organization, the policies, you know, Sarah, and looking at the meetings and looking at the timeline and looking at just the helm of it. So I just think it's incredible, it's inspiring. You did such a good job. I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship. Great, great work. And I'm really glad you're sticking with us too. So thank you, and
thank you for letting me speak too. Deep appreciation to you, Karen. You really came into that role of executive director really when it was needed in regards to pushing Sarah through. It was, without it, we would not be where we are today. And so this is an accomplishment, hopefully, that goes on. Of what you have brought to the I will not miss you because you will still be involved with us all the time in being the advocate for each and every participating agency as it relates to the finance and telling me like it is, but always will. I think not only I've appreciated that it's here, but as a region, that is such a valuable immigrant. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. That's very
Wait. Thank you. I know everybody out here probably has something to say, but you got to cut it off.
And work with her on the audits back then. And over the years, I ended up at the city of
Karen contacted me and was like, JPA. And it's been wonderful to do again after all these years. And as they said, all the changes that you make, recognizing the things that are best for the PAs, working with the cost effective. What a gift you are to the region, as you said. And it is wonderful to be your coworker and your friend. Congratulations. And I'm glad you're
Just thank
Really, got Sarah?
Two things that I'm thankful for. That and some that are, I can see the fruit of how it's manifested in this organization and its relationships and organizational, and everything you touch is in a better place. And I can continue that path that you're in. Second thing that I'm grateful is that you're sticking around. So I'm glad. So congratulations, everything you've done, and look forward to continue working with this great team that you put together, serving this team.
Thank you.
Why don't you go ahead and go back to your notes, and you can make your comments from the guys from your notes, and then we'll conclude with some cake, I guess.
Well, as Chair Jones well knows, I'm always making scripts for him and he ignores them. But, you know, I try, and I'm much more comfortable standing up talking to people, statements, and anything else except personal type of things. So I actually made a script for me, so I wouldn't forget the important things that I want to say. So you have to bear with me in my script. Although I've only served as executive director, during that time I had the privilege of watching this organization grow and evolve. That from which you're going to grow, because you to. One of you has brought something important to me, and I've learned a lot from you. It shows a true put in my text to you in my executive to doing what is best for this region. I'm especially grateful that before stepping down as executive director, we were able to complete segregation by so many people in this room and beyond. You see, every participant is treasure. Thank you for your friendship, your support, your patience. I look forward to continuing to work with all of you as finance consultant and watching Metro's next chapter unfold as we move our new endeavors over the next few years. From the bottom of my heart, I couldn't have written this speech better than what all you guys. Years I've served on a few regional boards and engaged board I've ever been involved in, and I think Karen has a lot to do with that. I think we're finally there, and I can say that it was worth the effort. So, thank you, Kate. Where's Kate? What's next? I think anybody anticipated, but yeah, I like to surprise you. Have a motion to second.
So moved.
We have a motion to second. You have those, Karen? Yes. Or, Lauren? To the Metro Wastewater JPA Commission, the executive contract with Aztec Landscaping to provide landscaping maintenance services at public utilities department.
Finance for the public utilities department. I'm stepping in as one of my colleagues is out on vacation, but you guys authorize the city to proceed with landscape maintenance service contract, proper ground maintenance at water, wastewater facilities across the area. This is the first time we've done a comprehensive RFP such as this, and we'll talk a little bit about that is sites, 16 of which have metro participation. Here we have facilities at the border, we have facilities in the back country as it relates for this. Aztec was found to be the best independently recommended. As we talked about earlier, stuff across the city, as well as making sure that we are applying the new contract. As we said, there's one contract for 118 different sites. From 2.95 million a year up to 6.4. Price was included as part of the RFP. The different components. The other components, which I have, I did a screenshot before today, to handle such a large bid. As you can imagine, 118 sites, the larger firms that's able to do this and do it respectfully. I know across other contracts, and then pricing is evaluated independently by the purchasing and contracting department. They provide evaluating all the other, and as mentioned, Aztec was chosen. They were not the least expensive, most qualified from the evaluation committee's review. And so with that, we've provided here is that, as we mentioned, is not to exceed the first year as well as years 2 through 5, water, the municipal sewer system, the metro system by the Metro JPA. As we know, especially depending on how the next item goes, those percentages evaluated as that, but historically it's been about 33%. And so with that, we're asking for your recommendation to approve council's consideration. And then with that, I'm available to answer any questions. 50% in years 2 through 5. That's the combined 2 through 5. So across the rest of the country, it's 2.6 million. If you divide that out, that's 0.65 million. So you've got 50% of the properties. Is there large amounts of overgrown debris that have accumulated that need to be done? I will say, of course, years 2 through 5 are my estimate. One of the key things that I know is the financial value shows up the cost or the
allocation will change through there. So we'll
This contract, are they significantly different in constitution?
or a sewer system, but as some of the larger ones, you're talking about Point Loma, you're talking about the Alvarado treatment plant, really do have some large scale stuff here, knowing that the city has both a large water and sewer provider while together.
Okay, so there are facilities that have unique requirements. Maybe they're, you know, they have rocky hillsides, or they have, you know, where you have to maintain fire zones.
Some of these that might be standard, a pump station for a muni versus a water station, maybe very like Point Loma, the South Bay water treatment plant, that there are going to be very different types of locations.
And then just one last question. So in the past, has Metro been sharing part of these?
Right.
I mean, I know we're adding 100 new sites. So who was paying for those 100 sites before? Was it just rolled into the
Yes,
the cost?
several of the stuff has been done with city force labor. One of the things the city requires is primarily done in the Park and Rec department, so they always have right of first refusal. And as part
Thank you for the additional background.
I'd like to confirm that yes, in the past, there have been contracts that Metro, and when you have a contract like this where you have Metro provides me with a very detailed list by contract of something like this, and they'll list all the different sites and then all the different like what the percentages we pay for this changes. So I just wanted you to understand.
Correct, I do think that competitive bids are the best way to bring the most value to the source to the extent possible. For 5 years. When you look at that split, we're at 3 million right now as a projection. Is that
total contract amount, which is the 25 million, will be provided is the estimate based on the locations that we have incorporated as part of your budget bill estimate. The contracts for this is part of the adjustments that we do for the facility service that can drop off, other ones can go up. But generally, I think this is a very good, probably accurate predictor. But as Karen mentioned, she does see the actuals for each. Correct. Yeah.
And have you guys done that split on all these sites yet? Or is that something that's going to happen?
Yes, we do have. I'll go over the major facilities. So we have the laboratories, which we talked about at another 100% Metro facility. We have the Metro Biosol, so this building and all the ones on the campus. Those ones change on a sort of yearly basis. We have the North City Water Reclamation Plant. That will change as phase 1 of pure water goes on. Pump station, Metro facility, the Point Loma wastewater wastewater treatment plant, metro facility, pump stations 1 and 2, metro facility, as well as the North City water reclamation plant.
And that worked its way to that estimate that you gave.
Correct.
Look at Roberto and Lisa and say, since this is unknown as we go into this, maybe next we include a report of some kind so that we see.
Yeah, and just to be very clear, we're at one contract now that is all these sites. Before we had a bunch of individual stations. But yes, we can bring back at whatever point in time.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see where we end up after a year.
If the teacher could show up.
Let me make a man is in charge of
And never take a vacation near a special meeting, guys.
To just bring it back as an order.
There you go.
Anyhow, something you said that kind of vexed me a little bit. So years ago, at OTA, in our district, we started contracting out things that weren't our core mission. Our core mission was for what you said. So it sounds like you have Aztec and other companies.
City's Park and Rec team has come out here in order to do some of that, but that wonderful thing about being in the city where we negotiate as a whole.
By
to make sure that they have a chance to look at this before the city can consider outside contractors.
So the employee groups have
Zone 0. How are they evaluated? Are they really equipped to do that part of it? I mean, stormwater management.
Are they recovering that material instead of letting the breaks between buildings? You don't have the vegetation
Controls. Do you contract that out?
That is a great question. I can only speak to what we have.
Aztec and do it the same way for us that the city is doing it for the rest.
About sort of how much things were going to cost. It looked at the type of requirements that each of our for Point Loma wastewater treatment plant, given where it is on the peninsula and all of those stuff is going to be area. So each facility did have a scope of work sort of attached to it. It's one of the reasons why this particular RFP took so long. Those locations for all of the public utilities departments locations.
All right, one more question, and that is, I was looking at the, I'm not familiar with all of them. Are there some that have endangered? Does Aztec have protocols for dealing with that?
Yes. Yes.
And I will say,
I'm watching.
I was going to say we do have a very active amount of environmental specialists in the public utilities department that are involved as we decided the scope for these projects meet the CEQA requirements.
And that's also one of the reasons why, so going back to a citywide contract, there is not a citywide landscaping services contract. It is different. We do like to have ours separate, primarily because of the location. You're also talking the dams, the open space associated. We have a lot of land in protection of our source water, and so those are open to a lot of regulations. So probably, like we talked about experience, they probably are evaluated as it relates to scale, environmentally sensitive. We want to make sure that they can comply with that. Yes, they were evaluated, and then also we have to do this work in the first place. So we're responsible for it, and then we authorize them underneath the contracts.
All right, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Just want to very quick comment. I think that's a great idea to keep that in-house, or at least under your issues like a burning down.
Thank you, Chair. I think the answer to this question is that on
That motion carries. Moving on.
Thank you.
To the meat and potatoes. Item 10.
So since the last regular board meeting earlier in June, it's also in red line so that folks can easily identify the different being proposed today. I'm going to do another quick overview of the key revisions. 3/4 voting threshold with respect to billing related date of the agreement will be July 1, 2026, even if that means that this revised version. So it's not going to be effective until the last party signs the agreement. But once that last party signs the agreement, the effective date will be July 1, 2026 for all intents and purposes of this. These may think that they already may determine that they already have the authority to decide how broadly you approved it the first time around. They might think that these changes are not substantial. And at this point, and Sarah, at their June 17 meeting last week, Sarah, which was great, and we're hoping that all the other PAs will also approve the revised Sarah. As well as City of Board today is to make the recommendation as revised. Again, subject to non-substantial revisions or corrections, which determination should be made by legal counsel or the city manager, general manager, and that's really, typographical stuff. Just in case, right? You don't want something like an if or an or. But I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
I just wanted to probably should know the answer. I understand we're going to make it retroactive to July 1. How
Is now that we have a retroactive of July 1st, 2026, we're going to skip that whole concept of the interim of FAB. So the staff is doing the staff with a formal letter that this will be used for FY 2027. We'll allow for that in, I believe, August for the first quarter.
that's good.
Yeah, it's much cleaner than
Looking at the item, the staff report, and the record, pretty specific. So I'm going to ask the attorney to please read the motion, and then if some
Agencies approval of the second amended and restated agreement as revised. Subject.
now I'm ready for that motion.
So moved.
Motion and a second.
And that I've already had confirmation. I believe it's their consent calendar, but for July 21st. So if any Yeah, these get busy, and I will be keeping track of it, just like we did last time around, so I'm excited.
This could just be a decision of, without.
It could.
Okay, all right. So,
It would just be a decision we have. A couple of the PAs are having, slash in your case, board chair. I could just sign it and send it back.
you good? He's good, he's good.
Okay.
Hey, come out with your first.
Hey! Okay, we have to give you.
Alphabetical order. Alphabetical order.
Okay.
All right. All right. Moving on, item 10, moving on to 11, tax shares report. Oh, that's right, okay.
My report is attached
attached.
if anyone has questions.
Yeah, to the executive director's report.
What? No executive director?
We did that last.
Darn, I was gonna tell you. Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on to item 12, and then Kate. Any commissioners' comments or proposed agenda items? Mark, go ahead.
Okay, back to serious matters. So on Monday, a well-respected publication, worldwide publication, came out. I say to people that, nudging each other. Anyhow, they talk. One of the things I've been pushing for forever and a day is potable reads. I wanted phase 1 to be direct potable. I definitely want phase 2 to be direct potable. And the experts came out and actually said it out loud. People that aren't, consultants or, don't want to say it out loud here in California. The California regulations are onerous, right? They're over the top, and if we're going to get real direct potable reads done, we need to revise that. So I'm glad they said it. People that are well respected, and hopefully, if phase 2 comes to fruition, that is direct potable reads. Thank you.
Well, it looks like it's cake time, and we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Karen.
See you later. No, I have water recording. Well, I could have written there, but I had to drop my dog.
Yeah, different hat now for me.
Yeah, it changes every once in a
You're
while.
still visiting Nasuba?
Lordy?
Yeah.
You didn't see him last night? Yeah. It was unfortunate what they did last night. Board members walked out, and very interesting. Because of it. this. I mean, staff, if I get along with them, you know, and whatever the director, you know, we'll keep it up. Right?
She should have already but no, it's have a good one. I will let know. You.
Appreciate you. You know, the one good thing we'll gain out of this is we'll all get educated together. So it's nothing personal. Once again, I really appreciate you. So they have a item called SARA, and it's a agreement between all the cities into like voting restrictions to change contracts. It has mainly to do with like sewage and wastewater pumps and those type. Right.
I don't know what the topic is, you know, that's why.
Yeah.
I don't want to be nosy going in there, but it's like they have the meeting, so I was just trying to find out what it is, what is it, like vote to, have a good day.
You too, take care.
Right. Yeah, because they're spending like $25 million. And yeah, because the contract from San Diego comes up to them for the lawn landscaping for all the different properties, like all the pump stations. And so that was an item that came up today too. $25 million contract to Aztec. And, you know, they call it.
They do the landscaping.
Right. They even brought up this property too. So you know, I know the main is the wastewater, and so when they have these meetings, like even today, they have someone retiring, so they have a little party for her leaving, and you know, like I'm just trying to tell you what the meetings are, you know, generally, and but I do live stream it, and Rumble, but Facebook, yeah, and it's Chula Vista Live Data. Yeah, or San Diego Live Data. That's the one that my other reporter does, San Diego. But we try to live stream it, so in case you can't make it, you can watch it later. They don't have a recording, and so it's a little unfortunate for members of the public because we want to see it, and there's no recording.
Right, I see what you're saying.
So that's why I come in, I record it, publish it, and then if there's an issue with the stream, I usually release the full version anyways. And then, you know, in my process, I do public access checks and making sure that the public has the right to attend these meetings. And so that's where some of my angles come in with security and things. And for the most part, like I said, I think you're very respectful. I appreciate you. I'm trying to advise people in the best way because they're the ones that are going to get in trouble for that, not you.
Yes.
And so, well, no, I get that. Yeah. I mean,
that's why I asked you.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, what is it? I know it's wastewater.
Right.
I don't know if they're fighting about maybe a permit to go, the water goes somewhere, then the factory will go here, or the factory, you know, I don't know.
We want to know what they're going to do about the Tijuana sewage and all of that stuff because that's one of their facilities. And so, like you're saying, you know, there's a lot of people who are concerned with different facilities. For me in Chula Vista, I mean, the whole San Diego goes to Point Loma, and that's where it gets off-jetted underneath, like a mile out under the water. And, you know, most people don't even know that. You know, and so I try to, you know, tell people like, hey, do you know where your poop goes? And they're like, no, I never thought about it. And I go, yeah, there's pump stations that gets pumped all the way over there. And you know, and then I learned like this year they're going to spend $25 million on landscape, or they have a RFP, a request for proposal coming out, and then, you know, I get to tell companies or, you know, whatever that might be. Right. My first story when I came here, one of the directors or board members, he made a LinkedIn profile against their policy. So he wasn't supposed to do this. It was against the policy. He made it, and then they accepted it and gave him forgiveness. And so, like, that has nothing to do with wastewater, but it has to do with the policy, and then not caring that he broke the policy. So it's so widespread. I encourage everybody just to go to one and see if it interests you. You know, like there's also.
People don't have time.
I get it. That's why I do this.
People don't have time.
Yeah, I get it.
Everything is expensive. They gotta go to work.
Yeah, you're right here.
Pay rent.
Yeah.
Insurance, whatever. It's piling up. Everything is piling up. You don't have time.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's why, you know, I like to try to do this to help everybody. Sorry.
Hey, I was gonna shake your hand. Shake fingers, huh?
That's the new style.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, what you said about people signing in, I've always thought that, because it puts a chilling effect on public comment.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And you know, as far as like the paperwork and stuff, it should say that it's voluntary.
Yeah.
Just to be also that reassurance that they're not required. And so working with this gentleman, he has, you know, understood that, you know, he doesn't require it now, and that's what all we want, is we want more people to come here. And if they're gonna have to be recorded, what, you know, what if they don't want to be recorded?
Yeah.
You know, so anyways, hey, pleasure. I'll speak with you again. You have a good day. God bless you. All right. Take care. And you know, I try to do this at all meetings, right?
What representative you got tonight?
Well, San Diego Community Power, I was here. They have their paper right there. They seem to have fixed the issue, but like they were at La Jolla, and so I had an issue with them and shut down that meeting. It was at some resident's house, and they didn't have a posting occupation.
Oh.
And then last night I was with the chair here of Sweetwater Authority. And then, mainly I work trade, but we have storms, she goes to the county and goes to the city of San Diego. But we try to cover, you know, a lot of people.
Okay, well, thanks.
Yeah, take care. It's Chula Vista Live Data, if you want to watch it.
Okay.
All right. All right, everybody. Just going to do a little closing here. And, you know, it's great that we were able to work with the city, JPA, San Diego Community Power, and get the access for the people here without restrictions that violate the Brown Act. And this should be encouragement to you, because you don't have to ask permission to change your community and make an effort and make a difference. And little by little, when we do these things, the public will find out, and then we can get more engagement, because there's not these barriers to entry. They're actually complying with the laws. And so I'm just an example of how to do it. You, in your own community, have to go to meetings, have to speak up, have to check paperwork, have to read the rules. And yes, you can make a difference. And so I just encourage all of you to get out there and go make a difference today. So have a good day, you guys. We'll see you later at Chula Vista for the Human Relations Commission. Take care.